What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. We have another very special car here today. This is David's RS6 Avant. So the same individual that owned that GT3, this is his new Audi. He had a black one before this, but it was a little hard to maintain and he just didn't love the overall spec. So he just picked this one up, finished in Daytona gray. Stunning, stunning car. Just moving it around here in the driveway, feeling the quality of the steering, the suspension, even the way that the doors open and close. Just a phenomenal car. Starting at the front of the car here, you can see this beautiful Audi R6 front end that all of us have come to love. Also, those headlights are very special. As you'd seen in my intro, when you unlock the car and turn it on, it does have this sweeping feature on the headlights that's absolutely stunning. This car also has the black optics package. So this area right here, you guys, is all high gloss black. The wheels as well, the mirrors, and also the window trim. Speaking of these black optics wheels, look at that wheel and tire setup. Also, the huge brakes in the front and in the rear. I mean, when you take into consideration the weight of this car, in combination with the 4-liter V8 twin turbo, by the way, 590 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque, you're definitely gonna need a setup like that. Making our way inside of the car, I really wanna show you all the trunk space, but we might as well just take a look at the rear end. Audi absolutely killed it with the design on this car, even this view. So good. But yes, the trunk space. So if you're considering this car, you're most likely doing so because you'll be dailying it, and you're also going to want some space to where you can bring luggage, any other goods that you might need to carry around on a daily basis. You'll have no trouble doing that in this car. A ton of room, and yes, you do have the ability to fold these seats down, so you can press these handles right here, and you can do that. You can put some skis, maybe something that's a bit longer that you wouldn't be able to fit in a traditional car. Beautiful open weave carbon trim here on the inside of this door card. Full leather package. Does have the sunshades for the rear seats as well. Love that. Loving these bucket-like seats here in the rear of this car. Love the stitch pattern. RS in the backs of the seat as well. Gray stitching, climate control. Do keep in mind, if you're going to buy this car, make sure you get the little dongle for this USB-C because it is not USB type A. Keep that in mind. I have set the passenger seat as if I were sitting in it, and I've came back here for you. I'm about 5'9". I fit comfortably in this car. No problems in the back here at all. Same goes for the front as in the rear. Difference is you do have your seat memory functions there. Super useful. Take a look at the steering wheel, RS steering wheel, finished in Alcantara. First one I've seen like this, and it definitely lets you know that you're in an R6. There are a few different screen views you can toggle through here. That's the original one when I start up the car. If I press view, there's another one there, but if I do go into RS mode, you can see your G meter, your power and torque gauges. Super nice RPM gauge there for you as well. You also have the all-new Audi MMI infotainment system here. Huge screen, does have haptic feedback, super nice to use. I'm usually not a fan of touchscreens in these cars, but I will tell you that this one is super responsive. Plenty of apps you can toggle through there, and your climate system down below. I'm immediately gonna go into, let's see, RS1. And I could put the trans and sport, so it says S1 there. I think we should be good. I'll probably just go straight into manual, actually. We can go right here. Wow, this thing's torquey. This is my first time driving this car. I want to come down a few gears here so we can see what the power is like in this car. Yeah, it definitely gets up and goes. For sure, and it makes the weight feel much less than it actually is. And I've heard that in other videos about this car, and I can say the same, is that the steering weight and all this room behind you just doesn't add up. It feels much lighter than it actually is. And I think that's great, especially if you're gonna be driving this car around a lot and you want something that's on the sportier side. While driving this car right now, one of the main things that I love about it so far is the ride quality. It's just stiff enough to where you know you're in an RS6 Avant, but it's not stiff to the point where you couldn't drive this car to the gym or to the grocery or to work, you know, anything like that. And it's super impressive. Ventilated seats work great in this car. I know when I get into Audi, they have some of the best ventilated seats. They pull air instead of pushing air, which in some BMWs I've been in, they push air and they just make you sweat. So overall comfort in this car is amazing. The seats too, I think these are the seats straight out of the Urus, and they're super comfortable. I have all these functions down on the side of the seat here that I can use. No lack of that whatsoever. Just the car so far feels great, and I haven't had time behind the wheel of one of these too much. Been in the passenger seat of, I'd say 2 or 3. This is the 3rd one that I've been in. First one I've driven. Now, the exhaust. Did not know what to expect while driving the car. On the startup, it sounds amazing. You can definitely hear that V8. While you're driving, it's mostly turbo noise, mostly induction. Sounds great. I wouldn't necessarily mess with the exhaust. You could do an Akrapovic exhaust for this car. I personally keep it how it is. It's great for daily driving and just an overall great tone. The engine in this car is super sweet. Let's see if we can get on it here. It's so torquey. The shifts too sound really nice. They kind of have a pop to them. What a cruiser, what a daily driver. I mean, if you're looking for something that Audi makes, big, luxurious, with a touch of that sportiness, this is a great car. I mean, it's impressed me so far. I mean, there's a few things with every car that aren't perfect, but not enough to mention them here on this video. And really just really blown away by the car. Even the materials, full leather dash, full leather door cards, open weave carbon. Some of this aluminum, use of aluminum here looks great. The new paddles are much better than the old paddles. I drove an RS5 Sportback back in the day, and it had the plastic paddles. These do have a bit of aluminum on them, so they feel much higher quality. Screens, buttons, everything feels great in this car. The way that they've tuned the accelerator pedal and just the overall feel of everything to do with controlling the car is really nice, and you don't feel the weight of the car as much as I thought you would, considering that this car is just enormous and super heavy. But they've really done a great job. Audi's done a great job with just how everything is configured. The space, the quality, the comfort, super impressed. Please stay tuned, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll catch you next time. Take care, bye-bye.